Hey guys, this is my speech 1318 interpersonal communication midterm research interview. That was a mouthful. Uh, the question I chose thought would be a kind of a cool thing. This is my friend Jay, by the way.
Hello.
Hey Jay, say hi to Jay.
Hi.
So the topic we decided to discuss about was going to be about what is the biggest difference between your public and private selves. And then when did this change begin and why? So we're going to dive into that just a little bit more here with my friend Jay right here. So
Yay.
Jay, yay! All right, so why don't you tell me a little bit about the biggest difference between your public self and your private self?
Well, let's see. I'm homofabulous, but not a lot of people know that in terms of my family.
They do if you say homofabulous.
I act very differently when it comes to being with my family, and being with my friends outside of that is where I can actually be myself. So I am in the closet with my family. They do not know, or I don't think they do, but if they do, they're just not, willing to accept it. I grew up in a very religious background, and when it comes to stuff like that, being homosexual is a bad thing, especially when you're living inside your parents' house. So that was a very difficult thing for me, because when I first came out to my friends was in high school, when I started, actually realizing, oh, I like guys instead of girls. And that was a very hard thing for me, because I grew up in a very Christian home, so it was just very difficult to understand why I was like this and understand how that could affect how my family would see me as. And it's always been that way ever since. So that's when I decided, after high school, I decided to move out and just branch on my own and see how that would go. And so far, so good. It's been all right. I've had to watch myself a couple times when it comes to dealing with my family and friends together. And I think it's been okay. Sometimes it's hard to kind of just lie to them in their face and be like, hey, I have a girlfriend on the side, but really, this is my boyfriend, that kind of thing. And it is difficult. I sometimes wish, or I think about the things like, what if I did come out to my parents? Would they be okay with it? Most likely not, especially the way I was raised. I think in terms of my mom, I think that would break her heart. And that's just something I do not want to do, because I love my parents to death. It's just a part of my life that I'm not ready to share. Eventually, I think I would be. Eventually, I think I would have the courage to say something to them, but as of now, no. So in terms of my public life, everyone sees me as a generic, I go to school, I go to work, I do this, I'm a good boy. My private life is different. The ones that actually know me, I bartend on the weekends, I go out with my friends who are mostly gay now, which I'm very happy about. And I keep that separate from what my parents think I'm doing. So.
And this is very interesting, because with most people, when they talk about their public life versus their private life, a lot of times it's their private life that's more reserved, and their outer life is usually the more public side of things, where more people see that side of things. But actually, your private side's a little crazier than your.
Yeah, as you can tell, it is. And
do you find that it's hard to keep your family out of certain areas of your life that you can't share?
Yes, it is. It is hard. It really is. It's first of all, just keeping things from them. It's not my thing to keep things from them. And we always grew up open to each other, and always thinking that everything's going to be okay if we're just open with each other. But in this aspect, no. I truly believe that if I ever did come out, or when I do come out, it would not go the happy route or the good route. And that's something I have to prepare myself, and something I should prepare them as well, like little by little, maybe hinting every now and then, or asking like curious questions of like, oh, what's your view on this, which I already know, or our neighbor is gay, they have kids, how do you guys think about that? I never really asked, because I think that would set them into this state of mind, and then they would just go on for days about this, and that's why I moved out. I love them. I see them all the time. I do. I see them all the time, and but the fact that I had to move out, I think it was the best thing for me, because being not who you are and kept in, having to hide who you are continuously every day, it tends to be a very stressful thing, and it puts a lot of stress onto your body, into your emotions. You're wore down all the time, thinking, hey, did I do something wrong today, or did I say something that could have hinted? Did I watch myself enough to where I'm okay with getting through the next day, or getting to the next day without them knowing? So it's hard. It really is. And I do not, I really don't, recommend doing that. No matter what, I feel like if you really do truly love somebody, and if they come out to you, if I had kids, and if they came out to me, I would love them to death. If they came out to me and said, I'm straight, I would still love them to death, because that's who they are. And just their sexual orientation shouldn't change the way you see them, or how you're supposed to, love them in the first place, because love is love, no matter what.
Well, so there you have it.
Yay!
Yay! So that concludes the interview. Hope you liked it.
I hope it helps somebody out there.
I'm thinking this is YouTube. Like, subscribe down here. Hit the like button.
Please.
No. Well, thanks everybody. Hope you have a great Thanksgiving. Halfway through this class. Hopefully I'm going to pass. Have a good day.